Hi, everybody, and welcome to Evolve Love. I am your host, Amanda, and I am so happy that you have found this podcast. Are you looking for daily inspiration, motivation, and wisdom to help you begin your day feeling supported and uplifted with love? Well, you have come to the right place. This podcast is a space of encouragement where you can be held in your self-development because in order to evolve, you need love, and it begins here with you. Now, let's get into today's episode. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Evolve Love. I am so glad that you have found your way here, and I'm so excited to get into today's episode. Happy Tuesday. This is a Tuesday episode, and actually being our first Tuesday episode, like Mondays, if you listen to it, this is going to be considered one of our core essentials episodes because this week I am laying the framework for what this podcast space is going to be about and how each day of content is going to best support our energy and feel more alignment with the energy of a given day. So if you haven't had a moment to listen to Mondays, just a quick recap, but Monday episodes are going to be really focused on contemplating, setting intentions for the week ahead, and just a soft start, really a soft entry into the week. Now, Tuesday is ruled by Mars, and Mars is the planet of action. So unlike Monday, where we're just starting slowly, taking our time as we begin the week, Tuesday, the energy just really starts to drive forward for us. So other than action, Mars is also known for drive, desire, and to me, it is super go-getter energy. And in our episodes on Tuesdays, we will have an ending action that we can take to help us align within the energy of that given day. For today's Tuesday topic, I wanted to kind of connect this to the start of Evolve Love podcast, just so that we can kind of tie in some of the details. So yesterday in our intention setting, I really spoke on thinking about the things that inspire us or are lighting us up right now. And part of why I did that is because Evolve Love was something that I have felt very inspired towards and very lit up by. But there was a long period of time where I was just letting things collect in my life and I wasn't doing anything with them. So I had all of this content, I had all of these ideas, and yet they weren't going anywhere. I felt lit up by the ideas that were there, but I wasn't putting them into the space. So my intention with Evolve Love was to get it out there. And that is that Mars energy, that action energy. And when I was driving last week, I was just driving along and randomly I thought of this quote in my head and I had no idea where it came from or what it really was about. So the idea that popped into my head was reduce consumption and start implementing. And I know if you're like me and you're driving along and you think that, it's like, where did this come from? And why am I thinking this all of a sudden? And I realized for myself that through the years, through the months, and as of late, I've been taking in so much. There's that consumption. So I've been reading, I've been taking in a lot of content. I've been filling my cup up with inspiration. I have been taking it all in. I've been learning, I've been growing. But I've been just leaving all of that within my journal or leaving it within my mind space. And it hasn't gone out. It hasn't been shared yet. And that's where that implementing came as an idea for myself. So instead of continually taking in and having all of this input in, it was overflowing me. I needed to reduce that and begin implementing what I've been learning. I need to begin implementing it. It's kind of like those thoughts where we can learn and we can take in, but if we're not doing anything with it, we're not putting it into practice. We can believe these items, but if it's not becoming a part of our day, we don't embody it. So learning how to embody all of the content that we consume, that's important to us. And that is really the energy that I wanted to bring into today's episode for us to think about too, because where are you over consuming? but not implementing. And this also ties into where are you being, but not doing. Now, just like anything, we want to have somewhat of a balance, okay? We don't want to be being all the time and just being, and we don't want to be doing all the time. Both ends would fatigue us. We would get tired of that. So to take in, that is that being energy, and then the doing is doing something with it. Thinking this thought for me really was the catalyst that started the podcast. And it was only a couple weeks ago that I thought this. It was like, okay, you have hundreds of notes in your phone. What are you doing with them? You have read all of these books. What are you going to do with the content that is inspiring you to move forward? And you're not moving forward. So for myself, this was the wake up. And so I wanted to share that today because I don't think I'm alone in this. I don't feel that I'm alone in the thought that we hold back. We hold back from going after the dreams that we see ourselves doing for a variety of reasons. And though this might not be true for all, and it might not be true all the time, I do think there are many instances where this happens. And so, like I said, I don't think I'm alone in this. And that is why I wanted to share. So today, being the action day, being the go-getter energy day, I want you to think back on the intention that you set for yourself on Monday. And is that intention more of a doing energy, or is it more of a being energy? And there's not a wrong answer to either of those. It's just an awareness. Now, if it is the doing energy, what can we do today? What is one small task or one small item that we can do towards stepping towards that goal? It doesn't mean we have to do it all today. And that's a problem of mine too, is that I want to do it all, get it all done, but then I'm not enjoying the process of it. I'm not taking the time through it. So I'm really, especially with Evolve Love, that's a goal of mine, to not rush the process. So just as much as I want to be putting the content out there, I also want to be with it. I want to sit with it. So if this is sounding like a back and forth type of concept, I'm with you, I'm there. And so today, taking a look at that intention and starting to pave a path for yourself. And maybe the action that we take on our intention today is just setting the plan. And that's beautiful too. But with that plan, don't just let it sit in your notebook. Don't just let it sit in the notes app of your phone. Start to really implement and maybe create a strategy of how you're going to implement those steps. So today's action is more of a thought process. But one way that you could bring more movement to it is take this concept out on a walk. Go outside if the weather's nice, or if you're able to get outside. And even if it's just a quick walk up and down your driveway or wherever that you have space, it could just even be pacing around your living space. Wherever you are, just take it for a walk and allow yourself to not focus so much on it. Maybe have the thought, the intention that as we're starting this walk, we are looking for clarity and what steps we need to take to make our intention move forward in this week. Have that be said, have it be a focus, and then just start that walk, start that lap around and see what drops in. And if you're pressed for time, I know setting a timer probably sounds a little aggressive, but like if that is something that helps you, it's like, okay, for 5 minutes, I'm going to do this. And can you really be within that 5 minutes? Can you put yourself into movement, into motion in those 5 minutes to see what comes through for yourself? So today, that is going to be our action. That is what we're going to be making moves on, is thinking about that intention and one small step. And if you need to add motion to that by walking around, that is something that's usually very helpful for me. So I hope that today's episode helps you. I hope it propels you into the next step of where you want to be. And know that there is nothing wrong about the doing energy or the being energy. It's the relationship of both. It's the melding of both that is going to help you to feel so much more connected in the life that you are living. I want to thank you all so much for being here. If you enjoyed today's episode, make sure you're following us on the podcast platform of your choice and follow _Evolve Love over on Instagram. I can't wait to share more about the days and the energies ahead. So make sure you tune in tomorrow. I'll talk with you then.